And now we have a special evening tonight at Chase Field. It's the celebration of Jackie Robinson Day, and tonight's ceremonial first pitch will be thrown by a man who is a proud product of the historic Eastlake neighborhood just northeast of Chase Field here. That neighborhood was populated in the 1920s by black migrants who left the South and Midwest. The segregated community stretched north to Van Buren, south to Jackson Street, east to west from 16th Street to 7th Street. Virgil Berry's father was one of those migrants who settled here in the valley and earned a degree from Arizona State. For tonight's Fan of the Game, sponsored by Parker & Sons, Berry will be part of tonight's Jackie Robinson Day celebration with the Diamondbacks, throwing out that first pitch. And our own Joe Dana shows us how the Berry family legacy is intertwined with memories of 42.
When Virgil Berry Jr. throws out the ceremonial first pitch here at Chase Field on Jackie Robinson night, the proximity between him and the neighborhood where he grew up will be a distance that's not much further than a Lourdes Gurriel throw from the outfield.
To be able to set in motion 50 some odd years later and throw out the first pitch in a baseball stadium where basically you grew up across the street is almost surreal.
What do you know about Jackie Robinson's connection to your dad and to the historic Eastlake Park neighborhood?
Well, I think that Jackie Robinson was just admired by everyone during that time. In 1939, I think he went to UCLA, and for 2 years. Then he got drafted into the Army, and then he went to play baseball. And so when you look at an African American in that time, to have been able to do all of that, it kind of equates with a lot of the people that came to Eastlake Park.
I got it. Here at 11th Street in Washington, the last surviving boarding house for African American travelers during the Green Book era. Jackie Robinson was believed to have stayed here in 1937 when he was a college football player. Coming in hot. Did your dad ever talk about what Jackie Robinson meant to him?
Yeah, I think that Jackie Robinson was about 10 or 12 years older than my father. And my father came here from Ardmore, Oklahoma at 18 years old, basically because he no longer wanted to pick cotton. And to have a role model like Jackie Robinson, he worked at the mortuary, he went to Phoenix College, he went to graduate from Arizona State University, and then years later he opened up his own real estate business in 1960. But to have a mentor, not necessarily to meet him, but somebody to look up to that says, hey, you can do it, it meant a lot to him.
Here at the historic Eastlake Park at 15th Street in Jefferson, Jackie Robinson, then retired, made a visit here in 1967. For young 7-year-old Virgil, this was his chance to meet Jackie, but it was a swing and a miss.
My father came home and said Jackie Robinson was going to be here. And I'm 7 years old, and we didn't have the internet or anything like that. So what the heck, Jackie Robinson, okay. But my sister, who was always ready to go with my father at that time, she went. And she came home with an autographed baseball of Jackie Robinson that she still has today. I missed out. The worst business decision I ever made in my life, to sit up there and watch the Flintstones instead of going to see Jackie Robinson, you know?
All right, let's hope I don't throw out my shoulder. Time for the cannon.
How do you think he's going to do throwing out the first pitch?
He was rough this weekend, but I think he's going to be all right on Friday.
Whoa, incoming. It's good and out. So it's here in the back of the park where Virgil, now president of the Eastlake Park Historic Neighborhood, in 2024 partnered with the legendary African-American newspaper, The Informant, to commission a mural to honor the pioneers of the Eastlake Park neighborhood.
And we picked 10 people that came out of the park, of which helped thrive and save the park. Mr. Calvin Good, Mr. Clovis Campbell Sr., Mrs. White, Pastor Stewart, First Institutional, all of them were at their churches over 30 years. But all those people either had a business or lived in the Eastlake Park neighborhood, in this tiny 7th Street to 16th Street from Madison to Van Buren. And then to see that amount of people who came and represented the community and that type of thing is really something to be said.